I'm slapping $20 on this underdog parlay to ×9 my money at UFC 328 Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. And for the first leg, we are taking Rebecki to win at ×2.42. Rebecki is a very aggressive fighter who loves to march his opponents down on the feet, and he has the capability to go to war in the octagon. Grant Dawson prefers to fight a high grappling pace fight where he can avoid taking damage on the feet, and he relies completely on his wrestling to control the fight on the ground and find some submissions. Rebecki is a capable wrestler himself with decent takedown defense, who was able to keep most of the fight standing against Orobai. If this fight does stay on the feet, then Dawson is in some real trouble because he's pretty reckless and tends to overthrow, which makes him vulnerable to counter shots, and that's exactly how he got knocked out in his last fight. Next up, we are taking Joel Alvarez to win at ×2.56. Upon first glance, his opponent Amazov's record seems pretty intimidating as he's 28-1, but he only has one fight in the UFC, which was against Neil Magny, who usually struggles against decent wrestlers. So you could argue that that fight was a setup from the UFC to try and build a highlight reel for the newcomer. Alvarez is a very patient fighter who loves to pick his shots, but he can also step on the gas and pick up the pace of the fight, and his stamina management allows him to fight at a steady pace for all 3 rounds, and I always like betting on a fighter with a reliable gas tank. Amazov is the favorite in this fight because he's a very talented wrestler, and Alvarez always gets taken down in every fight, but 17 of Alvarez's 22 wins have come by way of submission, and I reckon that he'll be able to find a guillotine when Amazov shoots for a takedown. Next up, we are taking Marco Tulio to get the win at ×1.53. I'm surprised that some people are predicting Kopylov to get the win here, and I think that Tulio is going to absolutely dominate this fight on the feet because he's the more aggressive and creative stand-up fighter. 10 of his 14 wins have come by way of knockout, and he throws everything from elbows to spinning kicks with the intent to knock his opponent out. Kopylov, on the other hand, is a very calculative striker who prefers to fight at a very steady and measured pace. His best weapon is his fast and powerful kicks, but he's not too active with his hands, and he can become pretty predictable on the feet, often relying too heavily on his kicks to create damage. This stylistic matchup heavily favors Tulio because Tulio fights at a very high pace and can overwhelm Kopylov with his aggression, and I think that Kopylov is going to be very hesitant and get knocked out for the first time in round 2. And so this is the final slip. It is a bit of a long shot, so don't go all in on this, but let me know in the comments if you guys are tailing, and if not, let me know what your long shot parlay is. Peace.